Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Porsche 911 GT3. This is one of the first videos I'll have done with this car, actually, following the introduction video. I've been really looking forward to sharing this car with you. It's been a long time since I've made a video, and well, I did one on my A4, but I've been promising a new supercar for a very, very long time now. It took a while to find the right one. I looked for ages to think of what type of car did I want, what did I want next. I'd had two R8s, admittedly you only saw the first one, but I went from the V8 manual to a V10 Spider, went S-tronic with the second one. Now that car was unbelievable. It was amazing to drive. The sound, the experience, put the roof down, big V10 out the back. It was incredible. Let's just put it that way. It was really difficult to decide on what I wanted next. I thought, do I have another R8, the next generation? Now, for the money, a hell of a lot of car, but at the same time, I was trying to decide whether I really wanted another R8, and there's not a huge amount else in that price point. I looked at Lamborghini, Huracan is 135, 140 to get a cheap one. Ferrari 458, you were looking at 130 grand-ish again for a relatively cheap one. There's not a lot in that middle ground. The McLarens were starting to appear. You could get a 12C. There was a few more options becoming. Oh my god, tractor. Yeah, the 12C was started to become available at late 70s, 80s, and you can get 540Cs up to 100 grand now, so there were more and more options were becoming available. I still couldn't really decide what I wanted from a car. I think the biggest thing for me was something that put a smile on my face, was a bit of an experience, was a bit different. It wasn't just a day-to-day car. Then this popped up. So this is a November 14 991 Gen 1 GT3. I started looking at specs of what I might want from this type of car, and I just decided I wanted Club Sport. So I wanted the folding carbon back buckets, I wanted the cage, I wanted the harnesses, however impractical they are, sitting stuck between your legs waiting to castrate you at any moment. Now, this is only my second drive in the car. The first day was I brought it home. It was chucking down with rain and horrible, just not the conditions you want in a 470 odd horsepower rear wheel drive car the first time you ever drive it.
Now turn left.
So that was a bit of a shock. So I've been driving it now in the drive for all of 5 minutes maybe. It just feels special compared to everything I've driven before. If you think about I didn't realise it at the time, but when I drove the R8 it felt like a fast car. This, I'm just cruising along getting it up to temperature, but it's not the speed so much in this that feels amazing so far. It's the touch points, the sensations, the steering is so connected, the brake pedal. It feels different. I drove a rally car a few years ago. The first thing I noticed in the rally car was how hard you had to push the pedal and how much feeling that gave you. This feels the same, not in so much as it's that hard to push the pedal, but it feels different to any other brake pedal of any road car I've ever been in, where you have to be sensitive. And the best way I can put this is, in a normal car, and I don't recommend you go out and do this before I say it, if you've ever tried left foot braking, the first time you do it, it will borderline try and throw you through the front windscreen. In this, if you use your left foot, straight away without even thinking, it feels right. It requires a little bit more force through the pedal, but it gives you so much more feedback, and it's just so hard to put it into words. The experience of driving this, it just feels different. This is not obviously it's not an everyday car. it can be driven every day, but it's not designed for that. This really is the crossover between road and track. It's designed to drive it all the way there, get to the track, have a break, have a drink, because the cup holder's not great, and then go and spank it for a few hours around the track and then go home again. And that's what this is for, and you can feel it when you get in it. It just feels spectacular. Now, at the end of the day, you don't buy a GT3 for the day-to-day side of things, and as good as practicality is, it's not the most important thing. The most important thing about this car is, without doubt, the engine and the exhaust, because this thing revs to 9,000 RPM. Listen to it. Oh my god, it's infectious. That noise is just like nothing else you will ever experience, and that's the first time I've properly put my foot down in it. I had a little play on the way back in the wet, scared myself slightly. It's out of this world. That noise is just, it makes you feel like a child. Literally, I feel like I'm 6 years old. We've got another opportunity to go for a bit here. So let's experience that again. Ready? Just listen. Oh my god! It's like a superbike strapped to the back. If you've not been in one of these, you need to. This is like nothing else. I know they'll be faster, I know they'll be better, I know there'll be louder cars, but the exhaust tone between 8 and 9,000 RPM, it just sends chills down your spine. This is amazing. So I'm here, I'm half an hour into my first proper drive, and the only thing I can say is I'm in love. Absolutely 100% in love with this thing. It just blows my mind. The sound, the experience, the pantomime of driving it. This doesn't feel like anything I've ever driven before. And I've driven fast cars and owned 2 R8s, so I've driven expensive cars and performance vehicles, and this just feels different in so many ways. And it feels so much better.